update here today. Nothing more pressing than the activity in Northern California over the course of the last 24 to 36 hours, particularly two new active wildfires that we're monitoring and putting a tremendous amount of resource and investment in. And that's the Glass Fire in Napa County and the Zogg Fire in Shasta County. The Glass Fire grew substantially overnight, roughly 800 acres to 11,000 acres. A substantial number of structures have been damaged, wineries and other structures in and around the area. Familiar evacuation orders and challenge right now that's been made more acute because of overnight winds. Those winds will maintain themselves. They'll begin to dissipate later in the afternoon, stabilize overnight, which should help with our efforts to take advantage of those conditions and move to advance our containment efforts. But nonetheless, an active wildfire generating a lot of attention, appropriately so, a lot of consternation in and around that region that has been hit over and over and over again over the course of the last number of years. The Zogg Fire up in Shasta County, also familiar territory, literally, not just figuratively. 7,000 acres so far have burned. Consider back to 2017 in the Carr Fire. This is in and around those areas. It's likely the Zogg Fire may make its way into the August Complex. I'll update you in a moment on the August Complex. Remains the largest wildfire in terms of total acreage burned in California's history. But the Glass and Zogg fires remain top of mind for us as we battle complexes all around the state of California. I'll remind you, a slide that's become very familiar in these presentations, 2019, less than 5,500 fires year to date, 157,000 acres burned. So far this year, 3.75 million acres burned, over 8,136 fires, again, so far this year, 2020. Still remain vigilant with over 18,000 firefighters actively working these complexes. 27 complexes in total that are currently being suppressed, actively engaged in our suppression efforts. Some 7,100 structures destroyed, and those are the structures that we've been able to identify, recognizing that number. Thus, the plus sign you see there likely is to increase significantly. 26 fatalities, tragically, so far in this historic wildfire season. This season has included these active wildfires I referenced, August being the largest in California's recorded history. Last update was 34% contained. Some 846,000 acres had been burned. The total amount of acreage burned has grown, but not substantially, modestly, to 878,000 acres, now 45% contained. So they are making progress on the August fire, with these winds beginning to subside, to die down a little bit over the course of the afternoon into the early evening. That will help advance some of our efforts in this complex. The Northern Complex, the Plumas-Lassen area of the state, some 64% contained this time last week, now 78% contained. You see the total number of acres burned has increased modestly, progress being made in that Northern Complex. The Creek Fire, that large fire, substantially impacted by 100+ million dead trees in the area. It's a federal fire, though it's bled into an incident command that's joined with CAL FIRE and the U.S. Forest Service, meaning a joint command. 278,000 acres were burned, 27% contained. Last week, we've made a little progress, 39% containment, and you can see the total acreage burned beginning to subside, meaning we're seeing a plateauing of the growth of that fire. Again, still a stubborn fire, substantially impacted because of that 5-year historic drought, the number of trees that are burned, and some of the territory that it's being impacted is very difficult terrain for our firefighters to work, but progress nonetheless in that area, again, around Fresno and Madera. And finally, just for the purpose of update, I won't go through all 27 complexes, but I wanted to update some real progress on containment in LA County in the Bobcat fire. Just last week, 15% contained, 100,000 plus acres. Today, 62% contained. CAL FIRE has done a wonderful job on that fire with their mutual aid system. Again, that was a stubborn fire for a week plus, but that containment now has gone up over the weekend, over the course of this last week, substantial progress in that effort. And so that's the update on our wildfires. Continue to be top of mind as we're now moving into the peak of the wildfire season. This is a time of year you start to experience the Santa Ana winds down in Southern California, which we'll see some activity later this afternoon, overnight into the early part of tomorrow. So we're monitoring that, and a lot of pre-positioned assets, a lot of vigilance related to those Santa Ana winds. Very familiar to the people in Southern California, but you combine the heat, you combine the dryness, you combine all the other activity that has led to this historic wildfire season. Clearly, we are maintaining our vigilance, and that remains a top area of focus in this state. Northern California, as I said, the wind's beginning to die down as the rest of the day. We move through the rest of the day. Very hot temperatures, very dry conditions, and that means we have a chance at least to get some more aircraft in, DC-10s, the 747s, become very familiar to the people here in the state of California. 117 aircrafts now working these fires all throughout the state of California. Mutual aid system where we've now requested more additional resources above and beyond the resources we have from 6 different states. But we are, again, fully operationalized in terms of the well-resourced and very abundant mutual aid system that many of you become very, very familiar with. I want to just